there, Walter here. I just had a really good deal today and I thought I'd share it with you. I went out to a flea market, just looking around, and I found a model I used to build back around 1989, 1990, 1991, and got it for a great deal. So, I'm going to do a box opening. This is what I'm talking about. Get this in the camera view. Star Trek V, Final Frontier, USS Enterprise, and it includes the shuttlecraft on it. Now I've built this model, well, not the particular one from the Star Trek V, but I've built this actual kit about maybe 6 or 7 times growing up, so I know all the stuff in here. I can actually build this kit, including all the decals and all the paint schemes, without even looking at the instructions. That's how good I am. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up. And the nice part is, you really don't even need to use a knife. Okay, I'm wrong. I do need to use a knife. I was younger. My fingers were a lot smaller back then. I'm older and fatter now, so I can't do that anymore. So I had to use a knife. Yes, I cheated. Oh, I forgot to tell you. This sticker on here is the price tag from this flea market area. They wanted $35 for this kit, but they're retiring, whoever the vendors are, they're retiring, like I said, so they're selling it for half price just to get it out of their inventory. And I am not going to pass this one up. Okay, now, plastic wrap is off of this. I didn't show the box yet. Here's the front, obviously. The one side, exact same way. This alongside here, all kinds of languages, explaining all the stuff with the kit. English, because that's the only thing I know besides Morse code. USS Enterprise, over 22 inches long, assembled. 7-piece shuttlecraft, over 1 3/4 long, assembled. Display stand, and authentic decals for USS Enterprise. Yeah. Decals for Galileo and Copernicus shuttlecraft. Detailed instructions, paint and cement not included. Well, of course. You have to buy those separately. The other small side, same image as before. And then this other long side. Okay. Let's take a look at this here. Display stand, USS Enterprise, shuttlecraft, 1 1/4 inch assembled. I think that's what it says. I was wrong. 1 3/4 inch. Okay, I made a mistake. Bottom, just basic instructions for building the kit. I'm not going to read all of that. Okay, we ready for opening this up? I'm ready. I'm not even looking at it because I know what it looks like. I'm excited about it. And I haven't even seen anything yet. Joy. Joy, joy. Alright. This thing is smaller than I remember, but that's okay. It is a lot smaller than I remember. I'm used to the bigger stuff now. Okay. Starting with this section, well, let me get this into the view here. Starting with this section. Okay, let me get this opened up here. It does look like everything's included with this. Wow, is it really small? I'm surprised at that. I forgot how small this thing actually is. Okay, right here, this first section I open up, these are your engineering hull pieces, main deflector here, top of the engineering hull pieces, and you've got some windows for the saucer. Next, part of the display stand. These parts here are for the shuttle. The shuttle is actually kind of big. I forgot how big it was exactly. More parts for the shuttle. This is your bridge piece right here. your pile or your dorsal, which is your neck basically, main impulse engine, shuttlecraft doors, and some other parts. This one here is for the torpedo launcher. This is for the back of the bridge. I'm going to show these in close-up here and when I'm done with everything. Okay, over here you got part of your pylons for your warp engines. This is one of the warp engines themselves. This little doodad's for part of the warp engine, and this is the bottom of the saucer. Display stand. The nice thing about this is, if you hold it a certain way, it looks like the Starfleet emblem. It should look like it right there. Or if you want to see what it looks like backwards, just turn it around backwards and get my fat hand out of the way. See? It looks like the Starfleet emblem. So that's the display stand for it. Hooks right around to the bottom of the engineering hull. You just push the ship down, push it forward, hooks into place. So it's a little bit sturdy. Here's the other part of the engine. This is the other warp engine, the other pylon, and the other doodad for the warp engine. Except this part came off the tree a little bit. It's only hanging by one section of the tree, just right over here. So I'm not going to worry too much about that. That empties out this bag. Okay, now this is the saucer. This is small. I'm talking really small. It just blows my mind how small this used to be. Okay, I forgot to do that. This is your top of your saucer right here. It's about the size of a steering wheel. And then this is the bottom of your saucer. You can really see the little concave pattern on here. And basically there's actually no actual posts for this to glue onto. So you just basically try to get the fit the right way, and voila, yeah, that looks good. Okay. It is small. I keep forgetting how small this is. Like I keep saying constantly here, I know, shut up. Okay, I understand it, but like I had said before, I was so used to building the larger stuff here for a few years, and I had not even touched anything like this since 1995 maybe. So yeah, size does matter, especially when you haven't done it for a long time, so yeah, I'm surprised. Okay, let's pull this out. These are your decals right here, okay? So I'll get a little close-up right now of this. These are your decals. This is just for the ship itself. They do have some pieces here for the shuttlecraft. Your shuttlecraft markings are right over here, and some on the side right over here, but the rest of it's just for the Enterprise itself. Some are pretty good detailing on the decals. Try saying that 5 times fast. Okay, instructions here. This unfolds. It's rather big for an instruction sheet. That part I do remember. I had one in my locker in high school, and I forgot to take it out. And they don't want to unfold that easily, but here's your instructions. Yeah, that's big. So, pretty basic construction. I've built this so many times, like I had said, just basic construction. On the back is your painting guide. Nice little picture of the shuttlecraft right over here. Shows how you build it and put the decals onto it and whatever. And then your actual painting on everything. The actual detailing of this, it shows up on the instructions. They put all kinds of patterns on here, like grid lines and whatever, for all the different metallic pieces are supposed to glue together for the ship, for the actual ship itself. I don't know why they did that. I think it's just like a painting scheme. But I don't know why they did that, and I don't follow that. I do not follow these instructions anyway with the painting on here because they're wrong. For instance, your navigation lights on the USS Enterprise, you've probably seen it on the films, seen it in the original series and everything. It's the same setup as it is with aircraft and with boats. Your left side, call your port side, that's a red light. This says bright red. Okay, that's alright. The right side, that's the starboard side, that's supposed to be a green color. Bright red. That's not right. So yeah, I'm going to take that off. Here's the actual detail thing I was talking about with the instructions. All these little grid lines they keep doing on here are supposed to simulate the actual metal pieces that they welded together. It doesn't look right. You can see on here the same basic patterning is on for this for the actual ship itself. They have all these little panels set in place. These circular ones right here, these are supposed to be the deflector shield grid lines. Those are correct, but these all small little panels that they have right up here, they're all wrong. I'm not even going to try to do anything to paint them. I'm just going to keep them like that. Okay, here's your lower saucer. Upper saucer. Here's your warp engine that I was showing earlier, where it was detached from one of the trees. Display stand right here, shaped like the USS Enterprise emblem. What does that emblem look like? Well, the emblem looks like this right here. That's your USS Enterprise emblem. Here's your other warp engine, the pylon, the little doodad thing for the warp nacelle, and the bottom of the saucer right here. This little plastic piece, that can go. That's just trash. Okay, top of the display stand, there's a shuttle right over here. It is actually pretty big from what I remember. Bridge, your neck, impulse engine, all that stuff. Shuttle bay doors right here. Navigational deflector, your main engineering pieces right here. More of the engineering pieces right here. The windows for the saucer. I forgot to show what this other yellow paper is right here. I need to pull that out with one hand. This is the paper that says subscribe to the Blueprinter. This is the thing that they had back in the 80s and 90s. This is just for information on AMT Ertl models that were being released at the time. The models are since discontinued. They're being re-released through round2models.com, I believe the website is. Just do a Google search for round 2 models. Just round the number 2 and then models. Free advertising. What can I say? I don't want anything from them. Just all this information on it. This is not even worth it because they don't even do this anymore. I'm pretty sure this is outdated now. Here's the decals I was talking about. Pretty basic. Showing upside down right now when you look at all the lettering and the numbering on there. Okay, this is the correct way that the decal sheet looks from the bottom and the top and all that good stuff. So this is the NCC 1701A, obviously, and there's a little bit of history about these kits as well. Okay, get my instructions folded up. I am going to build this. I know it's a crime to build this thing when it was a nice looking box, and it's a collectible, I guess, but I'm going to build it anyway because I miss building this kit. Now, like I had said just recently, there was some history about this kit. History that I know is that I had built these models, Star Trek 4, 5, and 6. Star Trek 4 is a basic kit like this, no shuttlecraft included on here. I can't even get this into the frame. Okay, no shuttle included at all. Star Trek 5, obviously, this is it right here. Star Trek 6, they included the shuttlecraft, but the actual model of the ship itself is based off of the lighting kit. They actually had a USS Enterprise model that had lights, sound effects. It was a different base for it. It had a speaker involved in it, 2 switches, like toggle switches for phaser and photon torpedo sounds, and that's all it was. But it was also a light up kit. You hooked up a couple of like 4 AA batteries, I forget what it was, and it has running lights for the navigation lights, and your deflector lit up here, some saucer lights as well, on very basic lighting kit. Not like what a lot of people do these days, including what I'm trying to do, just building up with LEDs and making every part shine like they showed it in films. Just basic kit. Anyway, I'm rambling about this. The Star Trek 6 kit included the shuttlecraft, but it had the main kit for the ship in the style of the lighting kit. And for the actual, where the LEDs used to be and everything, they just used plastic pieces to hold together. In my opinion, those looked way too big for the model itself, but it was just something to make money, I guess. Now, obviously, you have heard me mention many times already that this size is small. Yes, I do have to say this is small for me. I forgot about it. I know, shut up about it. I've said it so many times. Yeah, well, there's a reason why I keep saying that, because like I said, I was working on the bigger ones. This is your size here from this new kit that I bought. It's actually an old kit, so I'll just say old kit. But this is the actual size of the saucer. Now, you saw my video for opening up the USS Enterprise Polar Lights model. Well, here is the saucer for this one. Okay? For the Polar Lights model, this is what the saucer top looks like. And this is what the saucer type looks like from AMT Erdl. So, Polar Lights, which is now round 2, by the way. So, round 2, AMT Erdl. Yeah, there's a bit of a big difference in size. So that's why I said, yeah, I'm surprised with the size. This is so different and everything. Overall shape looks the same, but just a lot of things are different on it. But that's okay. Alright, in closing, I am tickled. This kit is something that almost literally brings back my past, because I remember building this kit back in the 90s. Just all different kinds. I always liked tinkering around, seeing what I could do different with the kit. Painting wise, construction wise, lighting wise, I never really used lighting on it, except for that kit I told you about. But I use glow-in-the-dark paint. That's what I intend to do with this one. I always wanted to do it in glow-in-the-dark paint. Have it look really funky looking, you know? So I'm happy about that. I'm happy about this kit. It's one of the best ones I've actually worked on. Includes the shuttlecraft. The size difference between the ship and the shuttlecraft, obviously way different than what the other one I showed you earlier in one of the other videos. But I'm still happy with that. I mean, the basic detailing is right there. The basic shape is right there. Just some minor differences. Obviously size, like I said. But I'm thrilled. I am just so thrilled with this. I just can't wait to get it built up and display it. I'm not sure how I'm going to actually build it, whether I'm going to paint the inside with a black color, because I have seen it with some of the other kits I have built before. When I put the glow-in-the-dark paint on there, you can actually see it through the plastic. This is regular polystyrene plastic. Like this is another piece that I'm working on for a different model, a different Starship model, and you can actually see the light going right through the plastic. So I might do this, painting the inside of it black so you don't see the glow-in-the-dark paint. With LEDs or any other light source, that's very easy to see, but glow-in-the-dark paint will do the same thing as well. I was surprised when I saw that, so I figured, okay, there's got to be a different way to do it. So I might do that, I might not, I'm not sure yet. But definitely paint it up the way that I feel it was in the films. I've studied a lot of the photos and video of that, so I know how the basic coloring scheme works on the model. Obviously, I'm not going to worry about the actual detailing work like they show on the actual ship model for the films, the actual studio model actually. I don't care about that. I just want something that looks nice in my man cave here. So I'm just going to go ahead and just do it that way. So in closing, I'm really happy. I think this is a really good kit. Got a great deal for it. And I'm going to be building it up, and I figure in another video I'll show you what it looks like when it's all completed. I just got to find a black light, because black lights do work really well with glow-in-the-dark paint. They work well with white colors, but they do good with glow-in-the-dark paint as well. And I figured it out through trial and error. So anyway, I'm going to stop talking for now and actually get some work done here. So in closing, yeah, everything's good. I'm happy, really happy. So now that I showed all the stuff here, if you want, down below, as usual, you've got the comments, questions. Just go ahead and post them on there. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. I have to say that all the time. When you do make your comments, remember to keep them rated E for everybody. I say it all the time. I'm going to keep saying it. Rated E for everybody. So until the next time we meet, I'm going to say 7-3.